Were you sent here or you wanted to come here?
I came in 1953. I was I wanted to go to Zambia in Africa, but my superior said that he had no place for me in Zambia. So would I like to go to Hong Kong? And I said, okay. So that's how I ended up in Hong Kong.
And so, what made you stay for so long?
Well, really, this was, Hong Kong was a mission, if you like, of the Irish Jesuits. And so they sent people here for some years, 4 every year actually, until we had about 84 Jesuits in Hong Kong.
Oh, wow.
So I was just one of them. Yeah.
When was that? That was the peak, right? When you had 84.
Oh, the peak would have been in 1964 or 5. Yeah. That's it. And at that time when we peaked, we sent people to Singapore and Malaysia.
Uh-huh. So you send them over?
Yeah, I sent them up to Singapore and Malaysia.
And so, why did you focus on education? How did this come about?
I was thrown into it.
Yet again.
When I finished 2 years of language studies, I was assigned to teach in YN College, Hong Kong. And it was there really that I discovered that I liked teaching. And so I became quite interested then in education. Yes.
And what did you teach?
I taught English, of course, history, English and history, really. At one time I was teaching mathematics to the Form 1 kids, and they were ahead of me.
You got the chance to study companies for 2 years.
2 years, yeah.
And then, what did Jesuits usually do? Was everybody teaching, or?
No, it depended really on the interest and I suppose you could say the ability of different people. So they weren't all in the school, but the biggest number at that time was certainly in the school. But other people were involved in social work, and at that time there was a great need for work for the poor. They started the Poor Boys Club for young kids, and then in YN Kowloon we used to have the Poor Boys Club for children of the area, of the district. And they would, the children of, or the students of YN actually looked after them. That was their, and many of them took up social work afterwards.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let me see. What is Jesuit education?
That's $1 million question. Jesuit education is making an effort to develop the potential in each individual. So to provide each individual with the opportunities to develop the whatever talents they had. So it is, but of course in Hong Kong we were very much limited by the curriculum that was set in the schools. We had to teach certain subjects. So normally the subjects, of course, that were taught were English, Chinese, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology. But sometimes the subjects like history, Chinese history, English literature, music, art were left out. So it was a great pity. There was one area of development of the student that was not taken care of.
Yes.
But that was part of the system in Hong Kong at that time. So it made it difficult for us.
Do you find that this system kind of carried over its influence to today?
I would say yes. Today's system should be reformed. According to me, anyway. It should be reformed. It's too limited. Limited. Like, for instance, to get into the university, you have to have English, Chinese, and mathematics, and liberal studies. So what do the students do? Of course they concentrate on those subjects, because that's what will help them get into the university. And so all the other subjects
They don't cover
don't
it.
care. So it's too narrow, much too narrow. And then also at the moment in Hong Kong, you have different levels. They have what do they call them? Band 1, Band 2, Band 3. That these bands are supposed to put students into a compartment, if you like, that's suitable for their education. But it means that the students the weakest students would be in Band 3.
Yes.
And it's separating them from the rest, which is very bad psychologically for the students. It's very bad. They look down upon themselves. They don't have the confidence that, that they should have.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is Jesuit education? I suppose is trying to develop the potential in each person. Of course, one of the essentials we would consider, anyway, one of the essentials in education is moral education. That they must be taught to have respect for other people, that they should be responsible, that they should be kind, they should be forgiving, they should be compassionate. These are values. You won't get that taught in the school, in the classroom, but it's absolutely necessary for the character of the person growing up to have values. What values? What? Because the values are what guide you through your life. If you value money, you will go for money, and your choices will be money. So a lot depends on the values that we have. But that's one of the things that's missing in the education system today. Many schools have no moral education. No moral education.
Are you saying that it's missing generally or in Hong Kong?
It's mainly Hong Kong, I would say. I wouldn't say in general, because in most places they have the freedom to develop the kind of education they would like to give to the students, which includes character, to build up a person's character formation. Yes. Yes.
And
So I hope I've answered you. What is Jesuit education?
Of course, yes. And if you think of all the work the Jesuits put into the education in Hong Kong, how would you evaluate it?
You mean a comparison of
Well, what kind of results do you feel that the Jesuits achieved?
Well,
here in Hong Kong?
we hope that the result is that we try to reach up to achieve the ideal that we have of what we call it, a graduate of the school. Because you hope a graduate of the school has certain characters, certain abilities, certain openness, certain creativity, certain ability to think for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's after that, how do you see in the school how you're leading up to this kind of graduate? So it's the ideal graduate is there, and this is what you try to achieve.
Mm-hmm.